Hello and a very good morning. We are on to the day three of the Ranchi test, wherein India and England are clashing. And right now, 219 for seven. India are on a bit of a back foot, but they have a chance to redeem themselves on day three of this test. So we will discuss a lot of what to expect from this day, a moving day. I am joined by Bharat Ramraj from Ranchi, Devashish Sen, and Shomik Chakraborty. Bharat, to start with you, how's the weather there? Is it cold? Is it chilly? What's the status and how's the atmosphere outside the stadium?
Yeah, yesterday it was very cloudy as well, and
Hmm.
today it is quite good. Today is very cold. It's very quite chilly here, the weather. But people are coming. Hopefully, it will build up. At present, there are less number of fans, but as the day goes on, hopefully there will be more.
Hmm. And what do you expect? What are you expecting from the day? Yesterday, England dominated. Yes,
Sorry.
Bharat, go ahead.
Hello.
What are you expecting? What are you
Yeah,
expecting? Go ahead.
yeah. Today, obviously, India have to come close to England's first innings total, right? Somehow have to ensure that the lead is quite less, something like 60 or 70. Then they can put a little bit of pressure on the England team. Because second innings you never know, Jadeja and Ashwin they may take over and for England to collapse and India might chase down 160, 170. But that's a lot of work to do. 219 for 7. They need Kuldeep and Jurel to add another 30, 40 runs. The pitch is not easy at all. We saw yesterday that there was enough deliveries that are keeping low. So India have a tough task on their hands. But if the last three of them add 50, 60 runs, then never know. They might put England under some kind of pressure at least.
Interesting. You can see the visuals of the fans entering the stadium in and around the stadium in Ranchi. So let's hope for a good day of cricket. Devashish, yesterday, England dominated the entire all three sessions. Dhruv Jurel batting at 30, Kuldeep Yadav batting at 17. This is a valuable 42-run partnership. Uh, how much do you think they will add, or how much do you think India will look to score today? You're on mute.
Yeah, as Bharat rightly said, that India would look forward to reduce that deficit as much as they can, because and England with their approach, if England can bowl India out with a lead of over 100 or around 100, and if they can quickly score the manner in which they have scored so far in the series, if they score around 200, 250, even 200, 250, then
Hmm.
anything around 300 will be very difficult on this track, given the way Shoaib Basir has bowled. I mean,
Hmm.
some ball that has skidded had caught the batsman's pads in front of the wicket, and few balls skipping low. The one that got Ashwin, so it will be very very difficult for the team batting in the second innings. Shubham.
Hmm. Yes. Shomik, England had a superb day yesterday. What do you think clicked for them? Of course, they were
Of
longer
course, they were
spell from
longer
the
spell
spinners,
from the spinners,
but what do you think clicked
but what do you
for
think
them?
for them? Shubham, first of all, they were assisted by the tricky nature of the pitch to start with, but that doesn't uh, reduce the skill set of their bowlers. In the sense, Shoaib Bashir, I am very impressed with them. I mean, what Shoaib Bashir showed. I mean, if you bowl for an off spinner, bowling over the wicket to right-handers, keeping things simple and not overthinking can be rewarding. That's what Shoaib Bashir showed. And they just hit, even Tom Hartley, they just hit the right areas. And there some pronounced cracks are there on the surface, and they are letting the pitch do the rest. We saw Jasasri
Hmm.
Jaswal's dismissal, how the ball landed on a crack and almost shoot through. So the low bounce was very disconcerting for the Indian team, for every batsman for that matter. So England showed a lot of discipline. Both their spinners kept things tight. I mean, Ben Stokes applied strangulation from both ends. Apart from those back-to-back sixes from Jadeja, he was able to dry up the runs from both ends. So that was one thing. uh, England, and also Ben Stokes' captaincy. That was the way he has handled his spinners. That has been terrific. If we can go back to Sarfraz Khan's dismissal, the way he pushed the cover back, opened the gap in the field, and invited him to pierce the gap, and Sarfraz fell in the trap. So overall, it was a fantastic day for England, and they are now they are now in complete ascendancy.
Right, right. Bharat, Bharat, of course, Tom Hartley and Rehan and Shoaib Bashir, both these two spinners, very relatively young in this test scenario. What have impressed you the most about these two spinners? Both bowled some long spells yesterday and put India under pressure.
I think first of all, England have done some good research. I've been saying it even on Rev Sports articles on Twitter, on various platforms. I think England have done good research of what works in India. If you look at these two bowlers, they're very tall, they have high release points,
Hmm.
so they will get bounce, and they also turn it at a little bit of pace. If you notice their pace, it's around 88, 89, 90 kilometers per hour. So when they turn it at pace. So this is, I
Hmm.
think, a very key factor. And Shoaib Bashir, I think he reminds me of not the Nathan Lyon who's taken 500 test wickets, but he reminds me of a very young Nathan Lyon who bowled against New Zealand in 2011. Someone who 2010-11, someone who gets that little bit of overspin on the ball. And yesterday he was varying his pace as well. It was not like unlike the Tom Hartley was not bowling every ball at 88, 89 kilometers per hour. Occasionally he was bowling at 78, 80 kilometers per hour. His control was good. He reminds me of
Hmm.
a very young Nathan Lyon from 2010-11. I'm not saying he's going to take 100 test wickets, perhaps not, but
Hmm.
it does definitely there's some resemblance of Nathan Lyon in his bowling, and Tom Hartley may not get the kind of turn that Shoaib Bashir got yesterday, but again very high release points, bounce, and keeps it simple ball, stump to stump line. If you miss it, then he will definitely get a wicket. So England, I think, would give credit to them that they've done very good research in terms of what will work in Indian conditions, especially if India prepares challenging decks or rank turners.
Very impressive by both. Tom Hartley, of course, the highest wicket taker in this series right now. Debashish, I could not ask you this question last evening, but Rajat Patidar, what do you make of him now? 17 runs of 42 deliveries has been like he has been fantastic in domestic cricket, but so far in his very new Test career, he has not managed to impress with one knock at least. Again, failed yesterday.
Yes, as we discussed Shubha and yesterday, means it might well be his last opportunity.
Right.
Means and the one good thing to have happened with the Indian team management that is they have persisted with Rajat Patidar. See, he has
Hmm.
already got three test matches and he has not done anything worth mentioning. And
Hmm.
I think he will get just one more innings. If he fails, then
Right.
that will be curtains as far as his test career is. I mean, for the time being, obviously, he
Hmm.
still has a lot.
Right.
I mean, obviously, he can easily go and perform in domestic cricket and come back, but then it will be difficult because once you are out of the side, then someone comes
Hmm.
in and performs well, and then when you have someone like a KL Rahul and a Virat Kohli coming in, so for the time being, I think that for Rajat Patidar, it is just one innings where he has to prove his mettle. Otherwise, I think he will have a very less chance of making it to that playing 11 in Dharamshala.
Shomik, do you agree with it? What has gone wrong with Rajat in this series?
See, Rajat Patidar is a good batsman, but the thing is that it is the pressure of Test cricket to start with. He is a very good batsman at domestic level, but it's several notches up Test cricket,
Hmm.
and the pressure attached to it. But here in Ranchi, I don't think it would be fair to single out Rajat Patidar on a surface where, save Yashasvi Jaiswal, almost everybody has failed. Uh, Shubman Gill has gotten to 30 odd, and Dhruv Urel is now playing on 30. But apart from that, every all other batters are failed. But yes, when you are young and when you don't have that much of a long rope, and if Rahul is fast fit for the next game, he will have to make way. But this is a sort of a learning curve for Rajat Patidar as far as Test cricket is concerned. Hope he will learn from this, and this is not the end of the world. Even if he gets dropped, there might be opportunities in the future, and he can take his learnings from here, and that he can use as far as in his cricket in the future.
Of course, my only point is if Rajat fails to score in the next innings, he will have to go back to domestic cricket. And him being at the age of 30, I don't think he will get a chance to make a comeback once again. So that makes it a very tough and a tricky situation for Rajat Patidar in the second innings. Bharat, of course, it has not been the best of series for Ravichandran Ashwin with the ball. Ravindra Jadeja has been brilliant. Kuldeep Yadav also has been so good with the ball. How big a day will it be for these three Indian spinners when it comes when England walks out to bat in the third innings?
See, the pitch is doing enough by now. So if Ashwin, all these bowlers, Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav stick to their plans, they can definitely bowl out England. If not for if not for 100, they can at least bowl out England for 150, 180. It's about keeping it simple. The young English spinners actually. I don't want to say this, but someone like especially Shoaib Bashir showed it to someone like Ashwin that if you keep it simple, then the pitch will do the rest. So perhaps it's not the right word to say, but the young spinner showed it to a veteran that if you bowl with control, keep it simple, then the pitch will do the rest. And then I think that is what Ashwin has to do. Perhaps he's been trying to experiment too much, going around the wicket, going over the wicket, trying different variations, and that is not really working for him. Jadeja, obviously, this is his conditions. If it works for
Hmm.
Hartley, definitely will work for Jadeja as well. He took 4 wickets in the first innings because if the track keeps staying low, then a spinner like Jadeja is very consistent and still gets enough turn on the ball at 90, 91 kilometers per hour. He will be handful in these conditions. Just want to add one more point about Ajit Patidar. I think if he fails
Right.
in the final innings, could be. I'm not saying it will be his final innings of his Test career, but if it turns out to be his final innings of his Test career, I think the best opportunity he has is to score a lot of runs in the IPL and put pressure on the
Yeah.
selectors to select him for the T20 World Cup, because I feel T20 cricket we may witness the best out of Rajat Patidar, because then he can play with freedom. Here in Test cricket, somehow he's not playing his game. He's not playing his trademark game. So he can go out there and the T20 cricket just play shots, and that might be his best chance to get into the T20 side for the World Cup if it works out that way.
But with Surya Kumar Yadav, Rinku Singh,
Yeah,
Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja in that middle order,
no, it's a long
it
shot,
looks
but
like quite a task.
long shot, but long shot. But if he fails in this test innings as well, final test innings as well, then I think the one opportunity he has is to do something crazy in the IPL and hope for the best. Who knows? Some injury might happen in the
Yeah.
during the IPL. You never know. So just has to keep his options right. I'm just telling it from Patida's perspective only. I think
Right.
T20 cricket is the best option.
Right. Yes, it has worked for many players in past. Let's see whether it will work for Rajat Patidar or not. But we will hope that he scores some good amount of runs in the second innings. It's not all over for Rajat in as far as his Test career is concerned. Devashish, coming to that Ashwin, Jadeja, and Kuldeep point, we often say when batters feel that they need to go back to basics, play basic shots. Do you think it is time for Ashwin to do the same, go back to basics and see what goes better for him in terms of picking wickets or not conceding a lot of runs? Of course, 99 Test matches, more than 500 Test wickets. He knows what's best for him, but still, is it time for him to go back to basics and try to put England under pressure?
Yeah, obviously, definitely as Shoaib Bashir and Tom Hartley has showed. That means obviously line and length is the key, and with the cracks means few balls skipping low, some balls skidding. So I think the key will be to maintain the line and length means all three spinners. And remember England's approach. I will be much interested in England's approach, how they
Hmm.
play. If they can get a lead of 100 runs, I would be very interested in seeing how they go about with at the start, means with the likes of Ben Duckett and Jack Crawley. And remember, Joe Root will again be the key for England in the second innings.
Hmm.
Obviously, we saw what 122 not out means. Actually, it paved the way for England's posting that total of
Absolutely.
more than 300. So again, it will boil down to Joe Root means anchoring the innings and rest leave it on the other batters to attack. Means obviously England will not change their approach. That is for sure.
Hmm.
Means they haven't changed the approach in the first innings with Jack Crawley, Bairstow going all out against the bowlers. And so I think the key for England will be to score. Means obviously if there's a ball to be hit, they will not let go the opportunity. So and herein lies the opportunity for the Indian spinners. As Kuldeep Yadav said in one of the press conferences that let them play whatever approach they can, but baseball can offer you more opportunities to get wickets. So I think the key for all the Indian spinners, especially the likes of Jadeja and Kuldeep, will be very important. Means obviously, my bet will be these two bowlers who will going to fetch you more wickets. Means obviously
Hmm.
Ashwin will also be the key, but the key for Indian spinners, all the trio will be to maintain a line and length.
And
To keep
Shomik,
it.
that brings to yes, and brings to my question, Shomik. Of course, these three spinners will be important, but how crucial will be Siraj and Akashdeep in that first hour where they will get the new ball?
Of course, they'll be important, but more important is the fact that India, with 3 wickets in hand, will have to score at least another 80 runs to get close to England's first innings total. And
Hmm.
only then India will can make a match out of this. Otherwise, this game is probably gone. Because even if England, with a big lead of say around 100, even if England suffer a second innings collapse, then given the tricky nature of the pitch, chasing 200 would be very tough in the fourth innings. So, first, we'll hope that Jurel and Kuldeep Jadhav will continue their association and will take India closer to England's first innings total. Of course, Akashdeep and
Hmm.
Siraj will be important with the new ball when the seam is pronounced, because we have seen when the ball is getting softer, run scoring is becoming easier. So when the seam is pronounced, have a they will have a role to play, a serious role to play. And Shubhan here talking about Ashwin, and someone who has played 100 test matches. I mean, he knows what to do, what 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 he needs to do for course correction. But just a small thing, I would be happy if he bowls over the wicket to right-handers.
Hmm. That's the basic to start with. But to end this session, I'll take some quick predictions. India 219 for seven. Bharat, how much are they scoring?
Yeah, ideally India need to score about 300, but that seems like a long ago. 80 runs seems like very much. It doesn't seem like India will get there. But if not 80 more runs, at least if India can get to 270, then if that means England would get a lead of around 80 runs. Then
Hmm.
India have at least a chance. But these two and then the tail have to ensure that India at least get to 270 or 80, if not 300. 300, 310, then definitely India are very much in the game. So I am expecting India to get to at least 270, 280, just to ensure that they keep themselves in the hunt in the game.
Devashish?
Obviously, India should try and post the score at least as many runs as they can. But the key will be the Dhruv Jurel, who looked good.
Hmm.
Means in that last Test match, also in his debut Test match in Rajkot as well, he looked very good. The temperament, the shot making, he looked to have that confidence. Obviously, but then Kuldeep is also no mark with the bat, given the 17 runs he scored
Yeah.
and did partnership what 42. has been worth gold. Obviously, India would love to stretch that partnership as much as they can, but then England will love to will be attacking, means with straight away with their spinners, means obviously Shoaib Bashir, who looked to have and given I think for even if England managed to take a lead of 80 runs, that will be very important. That will be very important. And given the way they have batted, anything around, even if it is posted 180, 190 in the second innings, that in itself will prove to 270, 280 plus, which will itself will be very challenging for India to post to chase. I mean, I think um, obviously England have the edge uh, at the start of day three, but the key will be the Indian spinners today.
Shomik,
Shubham, in another 7 overs, England can avail the second new ball. And with the early nip and moisture, and there is a cloud cover. Yesterday, there was cloud cover during the evening session of the play. There would be some moisture on the surface, I hope. I would be surprised if India get past 250 in their first innings. Um,
ooh,
Dhruv Jurel obviously is the key, but fingers. I mean, I would like to see India take their India back to along as far as possible. But once again, I'd be surprised if India take their first innings past 250.
yes, Devashish has a counter. I think he
Yeah, yeah,
wants to
no,
say
no,
something. Yes, Devashish.
I just want to add one point is that there is predictions of SARS on day five.
Very
So
good. Wow, that's a
so
great news.
that will be very interesting whether England can go all out, because there is definitely Bharat will be the better person because he is in Ranchi right now. But there is predictions of SARS tomorrow on day five, so that will be very interesting whether England can force a win. Means obviously given the way they will bat second, bat very soon, means once Indian gets bowled out, but then how big a total England give to India, that will be interesting. But India will be obviously India would love to not to chase a big total, but the key will be that SARS to prediction predicted for tomorrow.
That will make things very interesting. It's raining here in my hometown, so I expect all the rain to go to Ranchi and play some spoil sport there, given the kind of situation India are at right now. But thank you so much, guys. Bharat in Ranchi, Devashish and Shomik. It was a good chat. We'll see you guys at after the end of day's play, where we'll discuss what happens in the entire duration of the day. And of course, at 7 o'clock, we will have our WPL live as well. So join us at around 4:35 whenever the play ends, and of course at 7 o'clock for some WPL action. Thank you so much and have a great day.